And welcome to another edition of South Texas Crossfire. This is Attorney Joe Flores reminding you to join us each and every week right here on KTMV with the Lopez family. Special thanks to Don Humberto Lozano Lopez. He passed away in 2011, but he's honored, he's venerated, and he's never forgotten by us here because he's the one who made it happen, giving Latinos a voice here in South Texas. And don't forget about my good friend, Carlos Lopez, the CEO of Lopez Broadcasting, also known as the Ted Turner of South Texas Broadcasting. With me right out of the chute is our resident political animal, Thomas J. Holbein, the publisher of The Voice. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Joe, it is a pleasure to be back on South Texas Crossfire.
It's been a while, brother. You've been on what they call sabbatical, but things haven't really heated up till now. In fact, this has been a real bear cycle for the politics. Let's jump in feet first. Candidates, just stream of consciousness. What's on your mind? What do you see in the political tea leaves coming up here in November?
Well, Nueces County is on the dawn of another election, and there's a lot of races going on here in our county, and the candidates that are involved in all the races abroad need to talk the talk and walk the walk.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is if you're going to ask the voters for your vote, be the leader, not I want to be the leader or I'm another leader. You want to be the leader. And if you rely on signs and ads and unproductive campaign management, statistics show you're going to lose. Put a goose egg on the board, you're going to lose.
Okay, and there are certain management styles and there are certain political handlers that I know that you don't necessarily agree with. That's been established. Their names will remain forever anonymous, but you know who you are. But anyway, let's talk about first the top of the races. Let's talk about Wesley Reed and Blake Farenthold. What is your vibe, brother? Just throw it out there.
Grassroots politics wins in South Texas. And that's how Blake won. Blake said it from the beginning when he won. It shocked everyone.
Well, yes, but right now, Bill Maher on even on HBO wants to flip a district and kick him out. I mean, they're after his seat, okay? And Wesley Reed has started to show a lot of momentum. He's been in with the grassroots, Robstown, to houses on Louisiana Street, Sierra Club, to the hardcore Mexicano Democrats. So he's trying to work it. But what do you see in a non-presidential cycle here?
Wesley Reed, you want to win this election? Don't rely on signs, ads, and going through the motions. Get out and meet the people and let them know you are the leader, not a leader, and you can win.
Do you think he's been doing that? I mean, you've got ears to the ground. What are the people saying out there?
They see that he is trying to get a debate with Blake that Blake is dodging and running from. And this morning, I've heard discussions at the coffee shop that people want to see a debate between Wesley Reed and Blake. So, Blake, put your gloves on and let's get it on.
All right, and let's talk county judge race. We've got Lloyd Neal versus Mary Helen Berlanga. Now, this is also a tight race that we've got for county judge. As many of us know, it's a very powerful position. Lloyd Neal was mayor, and then it was a non-partisan sort of position that he held. He gained a lot of traction with the Hispanic vote. Some say that he relies on the 10%ers, the Hispanics who will vote either way, that you can't rely on one party or the other. We've had them both on. We've both interviewed them. And Mary Helen Berlanga, what she's done for education is very admirable. She's been a great leader, but so has Neal. And you have experience firsthand, boots on the ground with Neal campaign. What are you seeing on those campaigns? What kind of movement?
Well, statistics show here in Nueces County that Republicans have been able to just walk right into office. And the Democrats have had a good butt kicking, so to speak, other than a few good races and good hard work.
I think somebody just threw a Budweiser can at the TV screen, Tommy, when you said that. I mean, is that necessarily even in a presidential cycle? Maybe not.
Well, here in Nueces County where it counts. Okay, right here in our county, it's the infrastructure. Where
Okay.
it starts with the infrastructure, and I was honored to be a part of a leadership meeting yesterday in Alice, Texas, that had U.S. Congressmen Filemon Vela and Joaquin Castro and other elected officials and leaders from our community in South Texas.
Even Irene Rios running for the Fourth Court of Appeals.
That's right, and Judge Joe Benavides from our own Nueces County, and they all agree on one thing, that change comes from the infrastructure, and everyone has to get involved and do their part. If the voters want to see change, they have to do their part and voice your vote. So it comes down to the voters. It comes down to the voters, and in order for the voters to make an intelligent decision, it comes down to the candidates allowing the voters to understand clearly who they are, what their points and views are, and gaining their trust. So it goes back to grassroots politics in South Texas. Statistics show grassroots politics wins barbecues and getting out there in the taquerias and the people eating food and shaking hands and kissing babies, and that's how you win elections.
Well, we got about 3 minutes left. I want to focus in on the other races. Now, we've got district court races where we've got 12 seats up there, and you've got county court at law races where you've got a. Let's start out from the county court at law number 4, Mark Warner versus Carlos Valdez. Now, you had an interview with him earlier on in the political season. He said, Carlos and I have agreed not to go negative on each other. What's your opinion?
I'd had an opportunity to ask Carlos that question after talking to Mark at a baseball game.
The guy who prosecuted Selena.
At a
Carlos
Hooks
Valdez.
game, I asked Carlos.
Okay.
And he agreed. He said, yes, we have an agreement.
But he doesn't have to go negative.
He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything.
Mark has to do everything he can because in a championship fight, the contender has to take the belt. And in this fight, I see Carlos already having the belt, and Mark has to do everything he can.
He's got to do to catch up, dude. He's 60-40.
This gentleman, Carlos, tried a legendary case that for
threw the pistola in the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to be said, and there's a lot of loyalty behind him because of that. So Mark, come out swinging. You need to do everything you can, and your ads and your signs are not going to be enough. I would predict. Okay.
You see Mark kissing a baby?
I see a goose egg on the board, and Carlos keeping the belt.
Okay, all right.
Straight across the board. I know that.
It's open. So, the other issue is we've got another tight race, okay? Augie Rivera versus his opponent that has been on there for a long time. We've got Guy Williams, okay? Marine, animal rescue guy. Everybody thought he was crazy, but then he got on the bench and he's been pretty fair. Okay, so but Augie has both sides there. Rivera is very powerful because he's got people on the conservative and the left side. What do you see there going on? I mean, Guy Williams won with $7,500 the last time. Honesty check.
Guy Williams will win this election.
Okay, and that's it.
He is a very good campaign worker. He's experienced, and it's his seat, and he has loyal voters, and I believe that Guy Williams is going to win.
Okay, as far as the last minute or two, we've got plenty of contested races. I guess the bottom line here is get out there and vote. Show your concern by getting out there. With the West Side, legendary low voter turnout throughout the county. I'm not picking on my people from the West Side, but you guys got to step it up. There are some hardcore people, but not enough. The younger generations need to register, get out there and vote. And there are other social issues out there. There's the homeless. Homelessness is a big issue. Even Sheriff Kalin came out and said, we're housing 25% mentally ill because they don't have anywhere else to go, and they're either three hots and a cot or on the street.
There's a lot of issues.
City council. Let's go to
Yes.
that really quick. We got Riojas coming out. We've got an open race. The precinct 2 or that area right around Del Mar area and all that. There's 3 young men running. Very impressive. I have not heard anything but signs. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Signs.
All right.
Going
yeah.
through the motions. Let's put
Signs.
some signs out. Sign everywhere.
There's signs.
Right.
Right.
Well, signs aren't going to win it. And what the general public want to know is
I don't see block walking.
No, there's no grassroots politics going on. They want to rely on.
They don't even
going through
come
the
out on
motions.
TV.
And the general public want to know, City Council, what did you do with the money that was going to renovate downtown if the federal government's not going to back you up because it's in a flood zone? And why are you changing the waterfront so much and preventing people to be able to drive by the water and the turnaround for the trucks? Why is this money being wasted?
We conserve
Where's the
water.
money?
We conserve water, and the water rates went up anyway.
Yeah, we cut back on water and the water goes up. And where's the money? What are you going to do with the money that was gathered from the general public of Corpus Christi, Nueces County, and to renovate downtown? And now the federal government says, no, you're in a flood zone. We're not going to give you any money. So what are you going to do? And so they need to focus on real issues that the general public are pissed about.
Well,
So,
well, we've got from
cities-
District 1, we've got a couple of good people running. District 2, we've got, it's pretty much an open city here trying to change things. Destination Bayfront, there's that at-large deal going on between Chad and Lillian and Mark Scott. They're all going to be coming out, at large, okay? So that one is top 5 get in, roll the dice, So
Popularity contest. They're not in the taquerias. They're not out there shaking hands. It is a popularity contest. They're not,
sorry, somebody must have put mushrooms in our coffee because it's top 3. Top 3. Yeah, and I hear Trish. She has somebody out there, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to bring on TV Land here in a minute. Lillian
be the leader?
Riojas. Great signs. And there's about 30 seconds left, but really quick. Okay, we've got Ann Lawrenson running against Patsy Pettis for that district clerk. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't think that's important? That's where your case lines, that's where electronic filing systems, that's where you prevent government tampering and corruption. And then county court, that county clerk, Diana Barrera, been there a long time. Doesn't necessarily mean that change is good. I don't know. But Miss Sands has the right to run. They've got good campaign signs. I mean, it looks like Project Runway over there. I mean, Lillian Riojas, her with the arms crossed and everything, But again, signs. We got to see people out there working hard. And really, this election cycle has been a sleeper. I have not seen like huge fundraisers. I haven't seen like them trying to get out the vote. What do you suggest? I mean, you've been saying no signs. You need to get out there and kiss babies. What would you do?
I would do everything I can.
I mean, political warfare or what?
Every morning I would be in taquerias shaking hands.
Kissing babies?
I would have a strategic grid set up, and I would be involved in local radio. I would do everything possible. It's an air, sea, and land attack.
Do you think Joseph Ramirez is doing a good job? And also the head of the Republican Party, you think they're doing good leadership job bringing out the vote?
They're doing what they can. They're doing what they can.
You introduced Joseph to that famous taqueria place. Give him a plug.
Julio's
Julio's.
in Los Encinos on Greenwood. Highly suggest it.
Best carne guisada. I'm staying away from it. Trying to drop the kilos here.
High quality, homemade
Joseph,
food.
knock yourself out. Okay.
They have a brand new location just across the street from the one that's been there for many, many years. Great family. We've known them for many, many years. Take a lot of pride and honor in their food.
Please
Highly
stop.
suggested.
Man,
So
I'm
good.
salivating.
Julio's on Greenwood.
There you go, Julio's. We told you we were going to give you a plug, brother. And also, Nueces Monument. Our new sponsor, Nueces Monument. I mean, from the cradle to the grave, you know. I mean, Nueces Monument, great lady that's running that. She's got it right there on SPID, located there. A lot of the time you want to, now with Dia de los Muertos coming up and all this in our culture, you know what I'm saying? It's great to honor your loved one that's passed away with a monument. We want to thank her for becoming a new sponsor. Compassionate, professional. In our family, we hold that sacred, you know. Y ya que vienen los días de los muertos, que no se olvidan que apoyan a su familia y respetan los que han sido al cielo ya, que han vallado. So with that being said, Tom, I know I had subtitles on that, but that's Honor the Dead, and we're going to have that on there. And our new sponsor, Nueces Monument, give them a call. Everything on the lower third appearing there. Tom, we're going to take a break. I want you to hold on. I'm going to bring some other people on, and then we're going to do a little roundup afterward, okay? We're going to take a break. When we come back after this from our sponsors.
Have you been arrested or are potentially facing criminal charges? You need a trial attorney who is well-versed in the courtroom. Joe Flores has handled hundreds of criminal cases and many of them to trial. Joe Flores can provide you with competent representation to protect your constitutional rights in state and federal court. Joe Flores can help if you have been arrested or facing criminal charges. The law offices of Joe Flores. Equal justice for all. Have you or a loved one suffered a stroke, heart attack, unexplained low blood pressure, or death during dialysis? The FDA has issued warnings and recalled the product Granuflo and Naturalite used in dialysis. At least one national company failed to warn the public that over 900 people had suffered cardiac arrest or death. A condition called metabolic alkalosis developed, which may have caused the harm. Call the law offices of Joe Flores today. With a combined 25 years of experience in the medical field and as a trial lawyer, Joe Flores can help. Call now.
I think it's a betrayal of public trust. That is just not ethical.
I left the Democratic Party because of her.
The reason is because you're taking Republican money.
The money of those people that pay me as a consultant. What are you taking? Why did you take it Crosstown? Took money. I saw it and I saw them pay you checks.
Okay, hold on. Everybody. Hi, this is attorney and board certified nurse practitioner Joe Flores on behalf of Vasquez Flores Home Health. Nursing homes have their place, but having care in your own home is very important. Call today for more information. Backed by over 20 years of experience, registered nurse Priscilla Vasquez can answer your questions about home care. Call 881-9922. That's 881-9922 today.